Hello everyone, in this video we are going to determine the slope of a line given the coordinates of 2 points. So the other word for slope is gradient. So the slope or gradient of a line is a number that describes both the direction and the steepness of the line. So there is another video that talks about how to find the slope when we are given a graph. I will put the link of that video in the description box below. So it's talking about slope. M is equal to rise over run. So pretty much like the equation that we have here is coming from this equation also here. Rise means it's either we go up or down. So we're talking about the y-axis. So that's why we have y sub 2 minus y sub 1. Run means we go left or right. And so we got x, we're talking about the x-axis when we go left or right. And so that we have x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Today we will be focusing on this equation that we have here. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And slope is represented as letter m. So let's take this first example right here. What is the slope of a line that passes through points 4, 2, and 6, negative 3? So in this problem that we have here, the first step that we need to do in order that we can find the slope if we are given coordinates of 2 points, these are the 2 points that we're talking about. We are going to label these points as, the first point can be labeled as x sub 1, y sub 1, and then this one, the second point can be labeled as x sub 2, y sub 2. So first point would have a subscript of 1. The second point will have a subscript of 2. From here, we can determine the slope. So remember, slope is m. So I'm just going to write m right there. That is, we go ahead and write y sub 2. So we'll look for the label that we did. Y sub 2 is negative 3. And then that's minus. So minus y sub 1 is 2. So that's a minus 2. And that is over. Then we go ahead and so negative 3 and 2, and then x sub 2 would be 6, and then that's a minus x sub 1 is 4. So I go ahead and write 4. So from this one right here, we can go ahead and simplify this. This would be negative 3 minus 2 is a negative 5, and then that is over. We have 6 minus 4 is 2. So then our slope is negative 5 over 2, or negative 5 halves. So that's the slope for this line, where this line actually passes through these 2 points right here. At this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try these 2 problems out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. Again, first, we have this equation to find for the slope, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So in the first example that we have here, we label the coordinates of the first point. So this would be x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. So then from here, we can solve for the slope. M is equal to y sub 2 is... we have negative 2, so I'm going to write negative 2 here. That's a negative 2. And then y sub 1 is negative, that's a minus. But it's a minus, I put the minus first, so minus. And then y sub 1 is negative 8. And that is over. X sub 2 is 3. And then that's a minus. X sub 1 is negative 2. So I'm going to put a negative 2 here. Since both of these are minus and a minus, we change this to plus and plus. We change this to plus and plus. So that means we get negative 2 plus positive 8 would be 6, positive 6 over 3 plus 2 would be 5. So then our slope is 6/5 or 6 over 5. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. Now let's move on to the next one right here. So we have, again, we label this as our x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. So then we put this into this equation for slope. M is equal to, first we have y sub 2 is 4 minus y sub 1 is 2. We put a 2 here. And then we have x sub 2. So x sub 2 is 3 minus 3. So then we go ahead and do the arithmetic here. 4 minus 2 is 2 over 3 minus 3 is 0. So what is 2 divided by 0? This is anything that is divided by 0. It's undefined. So I'm gonna write the word here, undefined. So this slope that we have here is undefined. Again, anything divided by 0, even if it's a million, that would be undefined. So let's move on. Did you get the same answer as this? Undefined. Good. Now let's move on to the next example right here. So we label this as our x sub 1, y sub 1. This is x sub 2, y sub 2. So then we go ahead and plug it into the formula for slope. M is equal to, first we have y sub 2. So our y sub 2 is negative 1. And then minus our y sub 1 is a negative 1. And that is over x sub 2 is negative 3. And minus x sub 1 is 5. So then we go ahead and change this to plus and plus. So that would be negative 1 plus positive 1 is a 0. Over negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. So 0 divided by negative 8 is a 0. So the slope that we have here is 0. So that's 0 right there. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. Now, please remember that there are 4 types of slope. And we actually have we've seen these 4 types of slope. So first we have the 0 slope. So whenever you do the math and you come up with a 0, that's a 0 slope. The second type of slope is undefined. Whenever the denominator is 0, then it is undefined. And the third type of slope is positive. So as you can see here, the answer to this is positive. So the shape of a positive slope, the shape of a line of a positive slope looks like this. So this is a positive slope. The second type of slope that we have here is undefined. Undefined slope is a vertical line. So this will have an undefined slope. And then the 0 slope is a horizontal line. So this would be the shape of this line if we plot this on the x and y coordinate. Now the the fourth type of slope is negative. Negative slope whenever the line looks like this. So this is a negative slope. That's it. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!